In a museum in Athens sits a broken lump of bronze, no bigger than a book, green with 2,000 years of corrosion. For decades, almost no one noticed it. But hidden inside that shapeless rock was something that, by every rule we thought we understood about history, simply should not exist. It was a machine, a geared, hand-cranked computer, built by the ancient Greeks, capable of predicting the heavens, and it would take the world more than a century to understand what it truly was. The story begins in the spring of 1900, when a boat of Greek sponge divers took shelter by the tiny island of Antikythera. Diving in the deep water, one of them surfaced in a panic, describing a heap of dead bodies on the seabed. They were not bodies, they were bronze and marble statues, the cargo of a Roman ship that had sunk around 60 BC. Over the next year, divers hauled up a treasure of ancient art, and among the masterpieces, almost unnoticed, came a corroded lump of bronze and rotted wood. For months, the lump sat drying on a shelf in the National Museum, until, in 1902, an archaeologist named Valerios Stais looked closer. As the waterlogged mass split apart, he saw something impossible pressed into the ancient metal, a gear wheel, precise machine-cut teeth, in an object more than 2,000 years old. It made no sense. Nothing like this belonged to the ancient world. Some dismissed it as too advanced, perhaps a clock lost from a much later shipwreck. But the artifact was genuine, and the questions it raised would haunt scholars for the next 50 years. The problem was that the mechanism was a ruin. Only about 80 broken fragments survived, holding some 30 corroded gears fused into solid rock. You could not simply open it. The first real breakthrough came in the 1970s, when the physicist Derek de Sola Price used X-rays to peer inside. But the true revolution came after 2005, when a team led by researchers like Tony Freeth used powerful three-dimensional CT scanning. Suddenly, they could see through the corrosion and read thousands of tiny Greek letters hidden inside, an ancient instruction manual describing what the machine was built to do. What they found astonished them. On its front face, the mechanism carried a great dial marked with the 12 signs of the zodiac and the days of the year. Turn a handle on the side, and a train of interlocking gears sprang to life, driving pointers across the dial. It showed the position of the sun and the moon in the sky. A small rotating ball displayed the phase of the moon, black and silver. And historians believe it also tracked the 5 planets known to the Greeks, a working model of the entire cosmos held in the palm of your hand. The back of the machine was even more remarkable. 2 great spiral dials tracked the rhythms of time itself. One followed the 19-year cycle that keeps the moon and the calendar in step. The other, the eclipse dial, could predict when the sun or moon would vanish into shadow, years in advance, naming the very month, day, and even the hour. A smaller dial counted down the 4-year cycle of the ancient games, including the Olympics. This was not just a calendar. It was a device that could tell the future of the sky. The deeper researchers looked, the more impossible it became. The moon does not move at a steady pace across our sky. It speeds up and slows down. And the Greek engineer had captured this, using a stunning trick. 2 gears mounted slightly off-center, one driving the other through a pin sliding in a slot. So the output subtly quickened and slowed, mimicking the real moon. It is a mechanical expression of a theory linked to the great astronomer Hipparchus. Nothing approaching this sophistication would be built again anywhere on Earth for more than 1,000 years. And that is the mystery that endures. Who could build such a thing? A device this refined was not a first attempt. It came from a long tradition of Greek engineering that has almost entirely vanished. Some trace it to the school of Hipparchus on the island of Rhodes, others to the genius of Archimedes. We may never know their name. What we do know is chilling, that the ancient world possessed knowledge so advanced it was lost for over 1,000 years, and only the sea preserved the single proof that it ever existed at all. How much more, we can only imagine. Follow the Unbelievable Files for more true stories from history.